let's bring in White House correspondent Karen Travers for more. Karen, Pope Francis met with 3 American presidents since he was elected in 2013. You were on those trips to the Vatican with Presidents Trump and President Biden. What can you tell us about the way the Pope approached his relationships with American presidents?
You know, the Pope didn't shy away from talking about controversial issues, political issues, when he met with American presidents, Diane. He talked about things that were very important to him, like the environment and social justice, and the issue of migration and migrants, especially how they were treated when they were in other countries. This is something that he talked about with all of the presidents that he met with. He met with President Biden at the Vatican in 2021. He met with President Trump at the Vatican in 2017, a trip that President Trump at the time said was a meeting and an honor of his lifetime. But again, he didn't shy away from pushing those leaders on political issues. So these weren't just social visits when presidents showed up at the Vatican for those photo ops and blessings with their staff. This was a chance for the Pope to emphasize issues that he thought that they should be focusing on in their policies here at the White House.
And Karen, President Biden is a devout Catholic. He's already commented this morning on the Pope's passing. What stuck out to you from that trip?
You know, when President Biden went to the Vatican his first year in office in 2021, he had an emotional visit to the Vatican. He has spoken frequently about how he was very moved by how Pope Francis treated his family after the death of their son Beau back in 2015. They had a close connection to Pope Francis. He also met with him on the sidelines in 2024 of a World Leaders Summit. And Diane, he was supposed to go travel to the Vatican back in January. This would have been his final trip as president, going there to Rome just days before leaving office. That trip was canceled because the president felt it was important to stay here and monitor the California wildfires. But he was going to go over there and give Pope Francis the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian honor that a president can give. He did it while he was here at the White House, but it clearly was something that he wanted to do in person. I was supposed to be traveling on that trip with the president, and I asked him how disappointed he was not to have one more visit with somebody that he had such a close relationship with, and he said he was disappointed not to be able to go and share that time with somebody that he had gotten very close to over these years.
All right, White House correspondent Karen Travers, thank you.